December 21st through the 23rd, there is a 0% brotherhood, Southern hospitality. Come kick your Shalom.
We gon' make the whole hood. I'm from Florida where niggas known for being Glock 9 told us no hosters. We draw that shit from our drawers like we supposed to. Landed the soldiers, but we surrounded by deaf and vultures. With too many of my niggas end up on t-shirts and posters. You might be in harm's reach if you step on the niggas sneaks in the city of Palm Beach. So you better get 6 feet. No corona, but
Shalom Israel, ISUPK Florida coming to invite you to the Florida Cookout. So come down in the middle of December, December 21st through the 23rd. There is a 0% chance of snow. Come out for some good food, good brotherhood, Southern hospitality. Come kick it with the brothers in Florida. Hope to see y'all there. This is the ISUPK and the Commanding General Yohana. Shalom.
we gon' make the whole hood. I'm from Florida where niggas known for being there's no hosters. We draw that shit from our drawers like we supposed to. Landed the soldiers, but we surrounded by deaf and vultures. Way too many of my niggas end up on t-shirts and posters. You might be in harm's reach if you step on the niggas sneak at Palm Beach. So you better get 6 feet. No corona, but
Shalom Israel, ISUPK Florida coming to you to invite you to the Florida Cookout. So come down in the middle of December, December 21st through the 23rd. There is a 0% chance of snow. Come out for some good food, good brotherhood, Southern hospitality. Come kick it with the brothers in Florida. Hope to see y'all there. This is the ISUPK and the Commanding General Yohana. Shalom.
we gon' make the whole hood. I'm from Florida where niggas known for being Glock 9 told us no hosters. We draw that shit from our drawers like we supposed to. Landed, we surrounded by deaf and vultures. Way too you might be in harm's reach if you step on the niggas sneaks in the city of Palm Beach. So you better get 6 feet. No corona, but
Shalom Israel, ISUPK Florida coming to you to invite you to the Florida Cookout. So come down in the middle of December, December 21st through the 23rd. There is a 0% chance of snow. All right, there we go. Shalom. Yabashim Sharagatham. What's going on?
It's Salaki, sir. Can I play one more commercial?
Nah, we ain't got time. Just play it at the end.
All right, come.
I ain't got all night. I ain't got all night like y'all. I'm in somebody else's house. Well, what you got? What commercial you want to play? What is it for?
It's for UPKFL wear.
What's it for? Nah, hell no.
Money.
We'll play that at the end. Once I get kicked out of the library, y'all brothers can do whatever y'all want to do. Y'all can stay logged in all night, man. Don't worry. At some point, we'll have us a school up here in Jacksonville inside. You know what I'm saying? Where we could just go live whenever we feel like it. You feel me? No hate, but everybody I want y'all to tap in with UPKFLwear, know what I'm saying, .com, UPKFLwear, get all your UPK apparel. Hey, and they even got a mixtape. Itazaz's mixtape is on there. Y'all go get it right now. It's called Follow the Throne, all right? Now, this is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, back in 1969. We're under Commanding General Yohana. We're not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite group. So if you've seen some cats that's out there, you know, they getting beat up by Palestinians, getting their cameras taken. If you see some cats out there, you know, that's saying prayers and then going around the room and you see pork all in their videos, they are not under Commanding General Yohana. If you see some Israelites that believe in the virgin birth or believe in, you know, all Israelites being saved, that is not us. We are 1 West to the death till they bury us. You understand? All All right, so what we do here every Monday night is we go into the Bible and the scriptures and we tap in and show the Lord's people who they really are. Black man, so-called Hispanic man, so-called Native Indian man. You are the Lord's chosen people. That's right. Blacks, Latinos, First Nation / indigenous people, you are the real biblical Jews and the children of Israel. So we come out. Hey, I'm gonna mute y'all. Y'all got some background noise. We come out on the streets and in class, and we actually go through these scriptures and show you what you should be doing in these days. Shouts out to General Yohana. Commanding General Yohana did an excellent. He did a whole lecture on World War III, what you're supposed to be doing, what you need to be doing. You know what I'm saying? And it was a good lecture. Y'all make sure y'all go check that out. Shouts out to ISUPK Houston, holding it down. Had an excellent cookout. Seen the brotherhood, the sisterhood was off the chains as usual. Captain Yatazar and the brothers out there actually, you know what I'm saying, hosting the entire Israel. So, you know what I'm saying? At the same time, Nashak and Itazar, Sharatazad, and all the brothers down south will be hosting all of Israel next month, a month from now, right down here in Florida. Know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all come on down. As of right now, we're going to get into these scriptures. Anybody got any questions? I don't see no younger people tapped in yet. So if not, you know what I'm saying, we keep moving. You got something? Somebody came off?
Like sir, I do have I need a breakdown.
All right,
sir.
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. What you need? Where you going? Where we going?
On
What you need a breakdown?
Book of Judges, chapter 9. So this is the story. We're in that part of the story where.
Nashak, can you hear me?
Sir. I can hear you, sir.
You went out for a second. The book of what?
The book of Judges, chapter 9. All right.
Okay.
Chapter 9, sir.
Okay. And what's the question?
Well, I just wanted a breakdown of the trees. Like the brother is giving an example, and he's using the trees as an example, the olive tree, the vine, and because the people he said, y'all asking these trees to rule over y'all, and these trees are saying, why should I rule over you? And then finally, the last tree was like, "Yeah, I'll rule over you, but you gotta make sure you give me your allegiance to me, all your allegiance or whatever." So I just want to get a breakdown of like why he's I know why he's using the trees, because that's what that's the metaphors we used back then. But I just wanted to get a breakdown of like what what is he saying when the trees are like, why should I rule over you? Why should I rule over you? Why should I leave the fat of my vine to rule over you?
All right. Any other questions?
Come on, sir. I got a question. I got to recall it.
You said you got a question. What?
I got a question, but I got to recall it. I got to go back in my notes.
Salaki.
You say what?
I got to recall it. I don't remember off the top of my head.
That means you ain't got no question yet. You will have one in a minute, right?
Yeah, kind of sir.
That means you ain't got no question yet. You'll have a question in a minute, right?
Right.
All right. Kanat, Shalom, Yabashim Shabakatah, what's going on?
Hey, Shalom. Shalom. I got a question, sir.
Yeah, he lagging.
We got that delay again. Am I delayed?
Yeah, kind of.
Oh man, that's crazy. Let me do this. Let me pop out 1 second and try to pop back in. I don't want that to happen the whole class. So let me try this one time. Let's see what's going on. Hold on. All right, can y'all hear me?
Come.
Come, sir.
All right, let's try it again. Go ahead, Kanat. What was your question? Isaiah, whenever you're ready, just let me know.
Come.
Salaki, sir. My question was, what was the significance of the diary? Now, what does it symbolize?
What diary?
The diary you have to pay when you marry a woman.
Diary. Oh, okay.
Diary. Sorry, Salaki, the southern accent.
Oh, a dowry.
Yeah,
Dowry.
yeah.
Only on the black libraries where you have a slow Wi-Fi at the library. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jacksonville.
They got the cheapest internet service they can find.
Welcome to hell. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to hell. All right. Anybody got any other questions before I go into it? You got another question?
For me, sir?
Sharp?
Shit. Loud, sir.
All right, no sir. All right, so look, let's go into this Judges 9 real quick. Let me try to see what's going on in here.
Oh, Salaki.
Judges chapter 9. Brother said, what you got? What verse is it? What verse is it, Nishak?
It starts in verse. Damn it.
You ain't got no question either, huh? Let's go to Canucks.
No, I got it right here, sir. It's verse 7. Damn. Verse 7, sir. Verse 7. Chapter 9, verse 7.
All right, let's go. Judges 9 and 7. For the sake of me having a lag, right? I'm gonna do a little bit of reading myself, and y'all just roll along with me. That way, I ain't gotta be cutting people off when they read, and then they cutting me off because of the lag. All right, this is Judges chapter 9, verse 7. It says, and when they had told it to Jotham, let me see, I might go up a little bit, right? Let's see. Let me go to verse 6. It says, and all the men of Shechem gathered together, and all the house of Milo, and went and made Abimelech king by the plain of the pillar that was in Shechem. And when they had told it to when they told it to Jotham, he went and stood in the top of the mount and Gizom and lifted up his voice and cried and said unto them, hearken unto me, ye men of Shechem, that God may hearken unto you. The trees went forth on a time to anoint a king over them. So, okay, so you trying to find who these trees are, Nishak? Is that what you wanted to do? Or you know who the trees are?
Okay, yeah, the trees are the people. So I wanted to break down of like, why are the trees saying, why should I leave my fat, or why should I rule over you?
All right, I understand. All right, so back to Judges chapter 9. The trees, verse 8, the trees went forth on a time to anoint a king over them. And they said unto the olive tree, reign thou over us. But the olive tree said unto them, should I leave my fatness wherewith by me they honor God and man, and go to be promoted over the trees? And the trees said to the fig tree, come thou and reign over us. But the fig tree said unto them, should I forsake my sweetness and my good fruit, and go to be promoted over the trees? Then said the trees unto the vine, come thou and reign over us. And the vine said unto them, should I leave my wine, which cheereth God and man, and go to be promoted over the trees? Then said all the trees unto the bramble, come thou and reign over us. And the brambles said unto the trees, if in truth ye anoint me king over you, then come and put your trust in my shadow. And if not, let fire come out of the bramble and devour the cedars of Lebanon. Now, therefore, if Abimelech king, and if you have dealt with Jerubbaal, done unto him according to the deserving of his hands, for my father fought for you and adventured his life and delivered you out of the hands of Madam. And you are unto one stone, and have made Abimelech the son of his maid servant king over the men of Shechem, because he is your brother. If you then have dealt truly and sincerely with Jerubbaal and with his house this day, then rejoice ye in Abimelech, and let him also rejoice in you. All right. So this, I don't remember exactly what's going on here, but I can break down the scripture, the text that we read. If you read the whole thing, what's actually happening with before he gives this breakdown of these trees? What are they talking about? Do you know?
So I think it was Abimelech, right? Abimelech. So his father, Abimelech's father, had, what was it? 70 sons and 10, and he was the king. And then he died, and then Jerubbaal, was it Jerubbaal? He went to his mother's brothers, and his mother was a concubine, and she was not of the tribe of Israel. So he went to them and said, is it better for 70 people to rule over you, or just me? And he said, go and tell everybody, it should just be me. So they did that, and they made him king. And before they made him king, though, this one brother, he killed all the other brothers except the youngest one. And the youngest one is the one that was saying the thing just now that we just read. He escaped, he hid himself. And when he heard that they made him king and everything, he went on the mount and he cried aloud and he said, you know, that's when he said about the trees and stuff.
Salakia, sir.
Yeah, if Nishat was finished, you can go ahead.
No, I had a quick question. Jerubbaal is Gideon, right?
No, he was not of our people.
Zerubbabel?
No, Jerubbaal, he was Gideon. I'm making sure I was right about that.
Zerubbabel?
Yeah, Jerubbaal in the book of Judges. That was Gideon, right?
Jerubbaal was the father. Amalek was the son that killed all the other sons.
Yeah, because when I taught the Sabbath day class, Gideon name had got changed to
Abimelech, right? Abimelech.
Are y'all saying Zerubbabel with a Z or Jerubbaal?
Okay, Salaki, sir. Okay, wait. Okay, Abimelech.
Jerubbaal and Zerubbabel are two different people.
Yeah, I'm talking about Jerubbaal, sir. Jerubbaal, Salakia.
Go ahead, Nishat.
Come. Abimelech is the son of Jerubbaal, and Abimelech is the one who killed all his brothers except one. The brother that he did not kill.
Hey, in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, I just looked up. Hey, can you hear me? I know I got a little delay. In the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, I just looked up Jerubbaal, and it says C. Gideon.
Gadiwan.
So when you go to Gideon, it don't say C. Gadiwan. It says in English, C. Gideon.
Come.
All right, so yeah, the answer to your question, Thumayum, is yes. But that don't help me out with the remembrance of what's going on in the story, because I understand why they saying this, right? Just look at it like this right here. It's a parable that Christ gave where he invited some people to come to a wedding, and one said, I got this to do, and one said, I got that to do. Are you familiar with that, Nishat?
Say that again, sir.
There is a parable that Christ was giving where I think it's a king invited everyone to his son's wedding. And one said, I got a new field. One said, I got a wife. All right. This is similar, right? He's basically saying that the person that was supposed to be over them is the one that they chose to be over them, because everybody else didn't want to leave what they was doing and come do the work, right? It's the same way here where we fighting for crowns. But what I'm trying to figure out is I'm not familiar with the story. I'm familiar with what's going on because I can read the context, but I'm missing something in the story to be able to properly break it down. That's what I was asking y'all for.
Salaki, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so the thing is, Jerubbaal was the father, and he was if I'm not mistaken, he was the king, but he died, and then his son, he had 70 sons. You know, some from concubines, I guess, but this one son from this concubine killed all the other sons, and convinced everybody that he should be king. But the youngest son escaped. And the youngest son is the one who cried and gave the parable about the trees. And a little later, the Lord is going to kill Abimelech for what he did to his brothers. He's not going to reign that long. I think he reigned for like 3 or 4 years.
Nah, I got that. I got that in the shop, right?
Okay.
This is what I wanted to make sure. Now that I know that Jerubbaal is the contender with Baal, meaning this is Gideon, Gadiwan in the Hebrew. Now I can kind of go along with what's going on because I knew that he was raised up and fought against the Midianites or whatever the case may be. But only thing is this thing right here where it's talking about trees, right? The trees are people. You already got that. And when they go into certain people to raise them up, these people don't want to be leaders, right? And you can look at it in the as it is now with Israel. In order for you to be a leader in Israel, you would have to forsake all the riches of this world. You would have to forsake all the pleasures that you can have right now. I mean, when you're talking about brothers that's in the truth, you're talking about brothers that sacrifice spending a lot of time with their rib, with their kids, you know what I'm saying, doing the pleasures of this world in hopes that we have a better kingdom to come. These trees that it was trying to raise up to be king of the trees, like these people that they was trying to raise up to be king over the people, did not want to lead the pleasures of the life that they had in order to do something better. However, Gadiwan or Gideon or Jerubbaal, whose name was changed to something else, like contender of the idol later on, he actually took that. But then now they second guessing him. And the younger brother, I believe, is who you was saying is telling them, like, the person that's over y'all is the person that's meant to be over y'all because he stepped up to the plate when nobody else would. That's what's going on in the text. Anything deeper than that, I would have to read the whole chapter in order to get it. You understand?
Colonel McCon, so you cleared it up for me. I get it now. I got it. You did it. Colonel McCon. Colonel McCon.
Most High in Christ, because I'm having a hard time remembering the story, but what I just read, I understood that clearly. That's what's going on. Go ahead.
Slucky, yeah. Gideon had just got done. This is our, you know how we read in Psalms 83, where David is praying, you know, doing some damage unto the Midianites and as to Sisera and
right,
Huna and all them.
Right.
Well, Gideon just got making that happen.
I know. Gideon went in and he went in like 3 different times. I think he had like 100 men. And they end up fighting each other, the Midianites or whatever. Anyways, he defeated them, and I know that. But I was trying to figure out, was this before or after the war? But I thought this was before, when he was reassuring them that that's what was going to happen. But I'm not quite sure.
Sluggy, sir.
That's what I was unsure about. So I have to go in and read it, man. Y'all brothers who be in that Sabbath class, man, be up on them stories, and brothers who don't navigate the Bible in that manner don't really be reading the stories all the time like that. So it'd be like you've seen it a long time ago, you remember the story, but all the details you have to go back and read. So you know what I'm saying. Go ahead, Thamayon.
Gideon, he's the one with 300 men, right?
Right.
I ain't hear what you said, man. This Wi-Fi cut out. What you said? Gideon what?
I said Slakia, Gideon is the Israelite that had 300 men fighting with him, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 100 men at a time to go fight the Midianites, right? That's what happened, right?
Yeah, 300. I think it was 300.
How we snuck up on them?
4,000. It started off about, I believe, 4,000. I was in the shock.
Yeah, he started up a whole bunch.
Yeah.
Like 10,000 or something crazy, like that. Even more.
Mm-hmm.
He was told like if the
Yeah, it was like 40
niggas laughed at, sent him home. Yeah, but either way, Nishak, did I answer your question?
Colonel Khan, sir, you cleared it up for me, man. You nailed it. Thwada, sir. Thwada. I definitely understand it.
Y'all brothers who be in that Sabbath class be asking me questions that make me have to go back and read the Bible again. I appreciate that.
Like you.
I appreciate that.
Salaki, sir. I got a question on.
As soon as I go ahead.
Salaki, I just had a quick question on what we just read in Judges 9 and 13. I just wanted like a quick breakdown when it said when wine which cheer God and man. Can I get like a breakdown on that?
Well, it ain't really that deep. If you go into the Apocrypha, when the dude was making the case that wine was one of the strongest things on the earth, he broke that all down. All he was saying was this particular tree, because you got to think they use wine in the like when we doing our Sabbath service, we using wine, right? When the Lord says celebrate Passover, we drinking wine. So it was just saying that wine is used in ceremonies towards the Most High. People also use it to celebrate, even when it ain't got nothing to do with God. So it was those two things that made the vine think that he was better. It really ain't a real vine, but it's using that as a, just like what if a brother is a doctor or a brother is a lawyer? He's like, man, I help all these people and heal all these people. I ain't got time to come in and serve the Most High or to be over y'all like that. So that's really, it's just using different trees and different things that they follow. And the wine's particular thing was that people drink wine, like I said in the scriptures, drink wine and be merry, give wine to somebody who's La Yashala in the Sabbath service and so on and so forth. So it ain't really that deep.
Kind. I got another question as well.
What is it?
For things like for instance, Mardi Gras, right? I know, like in Louisiana, they have Mardi Gras. My question is would it be, I know it's not unlawful, but would you be wrong to go out in the streets of Louisiana during
it's not?
Well, I know that it's not it's no law against going out, because I know that we go out to we do night, like we do.
Hey, you better be glad. You better be glad I got a lag. Hey, let's do this. Huh?
Nah, I know we go out, like we have a nightlife during the cookout down here, so I know it's not unlawful to like go out, but I'm just trying to see if it's like, is there?
Yeah, okay, but the thing is, the difference would be like the difference if you going out, right, to do nightlife and you going to a birthday party, or you going out to do nightlife, or you going to a Halloween party or a Christmas party, something like that that's actually based around an idol. There's a difference when what you're going to celebrate or what the people that's going to be celebrating that's there is doing is based around an idol. It transforms everything. Like we might go out that nightlife during the time of the cookout just because it's December 23rd and there's going to be a whole bunch of people in there with ugly sweaters and red and green and all types of things, and they're going to be saying Merry Christmas all night. We ain't there for that if that's what you're saying, but I got a feeling we're going to feel real uncomfortable, You know what I'm saying? Because it is so far away from what we doing. Mardi Gras should be the same way. If you could look up Mardi Gras and what they celebrating during Mardi Gras, and tell me it ain't got no pagan background. But then ask your question first, and I'm a stop talking. I got a little lag, but go ahead and ask your question so that way I can just go in. All right.
Okay, so my question is, would there be an issue, or would there be? Is there anything wrong with us going to Mardi Gras?
All right, you would have to find Mardi Gras, look it up, and by the time I get done with Canucks dowry thing, we'll come back to it with the information on what Mardi Gras is about, because it ain't really what you're doing, but it's a couple of scriptures that I will pull out. One of them being one that I've seen you use on social media. So just go ahead and look up Mardi Gras for me and tell me what the background is while I get this whole thing about dowry in the Bible. All right. Canuck, give me First Corinthians 11:3.
Like, I got it right here. If you want me to go ahead.
Nah, hold off for a second.
Okay. It's another one in the fridge.
What time, sir?
Canuck, you there?
First, come on, sir. I'm in.
Go ahead.
1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. But I would have you know, but I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God.
All right, so stop right there. Give me Exodus chapter 21 and 7. I'm gonna read it because I got this lag, but I want you to go there, right? But what I took you there for, so you understand that Christ is the head of every man. So who do a man belong to? He either belongs to the world, he belongs to himself, or he belongs to Christ. So you got to evaluate, do you serve the world or do you serve Christ? Some people like, hey, I'm trying to get to the money. This is what I'm doing. This is what my life is. This is what I'm serving. Then money is who you serve. You belong to the money. You belong to the streets. You heard people say that a woman, she either serves herself, she serves the world, or she serves her man. That's her head. So when you start talking about it, we talking about ownership is what we talking about. Who does Christ belong to? The God of Israel. That's who created him. That's who he serves. He ain't served the streets. He didn't serve himself. Nevertheless, not my will, but yours. He served who he belongs to. Authority, ownership. Ownership is the terrible, terrible word that you got to think about when it comes to when we start talking about dowry. When I have a daughter, that is mine. She is my daughter, just like it's my wife. All of these things belong to you. Even when you go and marry somebody in American culture, their name becomes your name because this is now part of the house of Canuck. This is now a part of the house of Itazab. This woman belongs to her, meaning he is responsible for her. He has to make sure that everything is taken care of her. He has to protect her, guide her, so on and so forth. That thing was started by her father. Her father is who owns her. That's why she has her father's last. She ain't got a mama last name unless her mama was a hoe and wasn't with the daddy and didn't want to name her after her daddy. Then she would name her after her mama, like she ain't even got no daddy. right? But if she is normal under normal American culture, she would be named after her father. She is of his stock, meaning like everything he owns. If he got houses, he got cars, he got wives, he got children. These are all under his name and they are owned by him. You follow me so far, right, Kanat?
Sir.
The dowry, and if you look at it, I'm gonna use the American wedding as an example. When somebody has a wedding, what usually happens is in a traditional wedding, before daddies was out the picture, before they bound the strong man, is a man would walk his daughter down the aisle and give her to her her groom, right? Give her to the man that she's going to marry. The dowry is symbolism of the thing that I own, which is my daughter, is being given to somebody else. This thing has value. This woman, this daughter of mine has value to me. She cleans my house. She helps me with whatever I have. If I have livestock or land, she's beautiful. So people want her. These things happen and it is value to me. Now she is going to go and serve you instead of serving me. She is no longer going to be mine. The dowry was just placing a value to say, now you're giving me your daughter. I am giving you something of value in exchange, knowing that it's not equal with, but at the same time, the more special this woman was, the greater the dowry would be, right? You understand? You with me so far?
Sir. I'm with you.
All right, so when you say what was the symbolism of dowry, what made you ask the question so I can get directly to what the point is?
I was having a discussion with my rib.
I was talking to some people at work.
Nah, this time I was at the crib. This time, this time, so like I was
all right, go ahead.
I was talking to my rib about my daughter, like saying down that I have a daughter, and we was talking about the dowry, and she asked me, do I know what it means? I was like, yeah, but then I thought about it, like, do I really know what it means? I know what it's for. I know you got to pay a dowry for a man's daughter. That's like I know it's some kind of is it like a pact that y'all make?
Kind of. This is what I want you to do. First in the English, and then I want the brothers at headquarters to see if it's in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. It's not in my dictionary. I got the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, the big one, but it might be in the Compact. Look up dowry, right? And I want you to look it up. Oh, matter of fact, I got it. All right, so let me read it real quick. In the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, it says the price paid by a suitor to the parents of the prospective bride. Also, the portion that the bride bought to her husband. All right, so it gives Genesis 30 and 20. And let's go there real quick. Get Genesis 30 and 20 real quick. Let me see what this is. Real quick, I'm gonna have to read it for myself because I got this lag. So Genesis chapter 30 and verse 20 says, real quick, Genesis 30 and 20 says, afterwards she bare a daughter. Hold on. I don't know if that's the right one. Hold on, let me make sure. Yep. And then 34 and 12. It says, and Leah said, God have endued me with a good dowry. Now will my husband dwell with me, because I have borne him 6 sons, and she shall call his name Zebulon. That's the first time you see a dowry, I believe, in the Bible. Do you have the definition?
Sir, I can't look it up because it'll kick me off the stream.
Oh, okay, all right. Can somebody else give me like a Oxford definition or Merriam-Webster or something like that?
Dowry?
Matter of fact,
Dowry.
I think I can get it.
It's like you can get it.
Don't look up diary. Yeah, I got it. All right, so Exodus 22 and 16. Let me go there. That's one that we familiar with. Exodus 22 and 16. It says this, and if a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife. So in Exodus 22 and 16, let's go there in the blue letter and look up this word, because I know Itazal know what it is, but I don't know what it is.
Humble.
Let me get there.
I'm your humble servant, sir.
What do you mean? What do you mean, Itazal?
I'm 1 second, sir. But in the meantime, sir, I will encourage everyone to make sure they tune into the Friday night.
I got it right here.
Class.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, did you get that playlist I sent you?
Yeah, one more time.
You get that playlist I sent you?
Playlist.
I don't think so.
All right, so let me tell you. That means you didn't get it. So let me tell you what I did. I took all the Itazab's Hebrew classes from Friday nights and I put them on a playlist for myself so I can learn Hebrew. So it goes through the adjectives, it goes through putting sentences together, it goes through names, it has the alphabets, all of the classes that this brother's been teaching over the last probably about 6 months. I got on a playlist. And if anybody want that playlist, you just got to go to upkflwear.com and you can buy it for $39. No, I'm just you can just hit me up and I'll send it.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
All right. So that word says to obtain or acquire by paying purchase price. Give a dowry, to obtain in exchange. All right. So it's basically you got something of value. I want it. I'm going to make an agreement with you that this is what it's going to be. Now, part of it is being able to take care of what I got. This ain't just like you buying a car from me. I don't care what happens to this car after you buy it. This is my damn daughter, right? So I want to make sure that I'm not going to, how can I put it? I want to make sure that I'm not going to give my daughter to somebody who is not in a position to take good care of my daughter, right? Even people do that when they sell even a puppy. If you're selling a puppy and you halfway got some type of compassion, you're not going to send that dog to somewhere, where the person can't feed the dog. They got terrible living conditions. The dog going to be in a bad. All right, so how much more your own damn flesh and blood daughter, your seed? You understand? So this has got to be way more valuable. So then you taking into account, you know what I'm saying? What this sister was worth to her father and her father. You taking into account what how much value she's going to be to you, and y'all coming up with an agreement like, hey, bro, and it's really symbolic, not really symbolic, because no man believes that there's any amount of money. Well, I'm gonna say most men won't believe that there's any amount of money that's worth his daughter. The reason why I changed it from all to most, because some niggas is like, please get this bitch away from him. Please get out of my house. She's good for nothing. She don't do nothing. As a matter of fact, I'll pay you to take her. You know what I'm saying? Like that's sometimes that's what it is, what you got on your hand. But then other times, if she is, you know what I'm saying, like our sisters was raised to be in the Bible, where she is a help that is suitable for you. That's what help mean. A help that's meet for you, right? Suitable for you. And she is Proverbs 31, which every sister swears she is. Right. You know what I'm saying? Proverbs 31, then she is valuable to her husband. The same way Christ was valuable to the Most High. You know why? Because he did all those things that he asked him for. The same way you can be valuable to your head, who is Christ, who you belong to, right? He gave a dowry for you. What did he pay in exchange for you, Kana?
Like I said, he paid his life.
He paid his life. And if you was anything like me, you was worthless. hey, I don't know about y'all, but Christ gave his life for me, and I was worthless because I was serving the world and I was serving myself. Only when you come to serve Christ do you become worth anything. It's the same way with any sister. If she's serving herself or she's serving the world, she is worthless. Oh, nobody nothing for her. She'll give herself away, like he said in Ezekiel 16. You familiar with that? I think I brought that out last week, did I not? The Lord said we was giving ourselves. He said he was giving us. He dressed us up, put us in jewelry, had us looking good, and we served ourselves and played the harlot with many lovers and gave ourselves away. We actually paid the other niggas that. Oh, I can't use that word. We actually paid the other people that was taking us out when the Lord was the one that dressed us up and gave us the jewelry, and we had him eating. We had them eating the food that he bought. Yeah.
You can say Shaka Warrior.
I'm not doing it.
or Kawumbium.
Kawumbium, what's Kawumbium?
It's like Browns.
Kawumbium, I like that one.
Yeah, Kawumbium.
Kawumbium, I like that one. I might institute that one. Right now it's the N word. It's in the Bible, for God's sake. Mm-hmm. But anyways, the symbolism of the dowry is that the woman had value, right? She was a virgin, a marriageable age. Neither had any man known her, right? She's valuable because she could be a sister that can help a brother within his household. She can bear him sons and daughters and give and be his peace. All that stuff you see them talking about, right? On the internet, that what the Bible say, who can find her?
Right.
Her price is far above rubies. And the Kawumbium ain't got no rubies. We can't afford the type of woman we want. We can't. And guess who can afford them? Rich men that don't give a damn about them. They'll take diamonds. Y'all seen the thing on the internet where all these cats is buying these $500 bottles and they just pouring it out?
Con.
Anybody seen that? That's what the rich man gonna do to your daughter. So you gotta look for more than money, because a woman is silly and will just look for money, right? she won't look for a man that's actually gonna take good care of her. The father who really cares about her would look for a man who has more than money, who actually has some type of compassion, who has some type of skills, who has something that he feel like would be a good person to lead his daughter once he stops. Once he dies, who's going to take good care of his daughter? So the dowry is just symbolic for the most part, but it's really a change of ownership. You know what I'm saying? This was my possession. My daughter was my possession. Now she's your possession, right? My daughter is like land. Land, they put a price on land. It's really invaluable, meaning you can't put a price on it. But we sell it and we buy it. It's real estate. It's one of the biggest things now people do. But at the same time, when you sell that land, you don't give a damn whether this person do anything with it because it ain't yours no more. But your daughter will always be your daughter, right? Even if she's somebody else's wife. So that's the symbolism of dowry. I don't know if I answered your question, how deep you wanted to go into it, but it's really just like a change of ownership. And it's a man putting down to say, you know, I got it, and I'll be able to take good care of your daughter, and I'm going to obey to these terms because I really want her. It's to show that you really want her. That's all it is.
What comes, sir?
Ain't no refunds either. So if it looked valuable and you happen to purchase it and then you don't want it no more, it don't work like that. All right, you bought it, it's yours. No refund, no exchange.
So that so like that's why like so that's why like if we marry a sister in the school, being that Commanding General Yohana is our fathers, it's our father, spiritual father. That's why, you know, because he's
Say what?
What I'm saying is since Commanding General Yohana is over us, basically, that's why
If the sister got a father, her father require a dowry, right? But if the sister's father is not an Israelite, it's not American custom that you would give a man anything for his daughter. You would just ask. That's American custom. The reason why we do it is because we're trying to put back on Israelite custom. Well, where would this sister learn Israelite culture from if it wasn't Commanding General Yohana holding down the truth? She wouldn't know. She wouldn't even know she was an Israelite.
Yeah, that's why I
Nobody would
understand.
keep her for the rest of her life. Men would marry her, and then 3 or 4 years later, when they get sick of her stuff, they would just go ahead and put her away, and she would be her 3rd or 4th husband by the time she's in her 40s, like every other woman is. Right?
Right. No, I understand that, sir. That's what I was saying.
The spirit of being an Israelite, this would be the only time she ever gets married. She should never have to get married again because under Israelite culture and under Christ, we kept women. Marriage was really until death do us part. And now it's a bond that should never be broken. Who's going to teach that to a man besides General Yohana? He's teaching us how to live like Israelites so we can teach our sons. So that's really why it's got something to do with Commanding General Yohana. But I mean, if the sister was raised an Israelite and her father, it literally raised her up and raised her like a father should with his daughter, not nobody just sending no child support or just seeing her every, once or two or her birthday and Christmas. I'm talking about somebody who was actively in this sister's life. Then that's going to be a totally different sister. At least it should be. She was raised to be. Now, if she choose to follow after the world and not what her father said, because I know he ain't teach her to be a bad bitch. I know he ain't teach her to be like these sisters that's on TV. You know what I'm saying? He taught her to be different. Now, if she decides to go that route, that's just on her own. So now that's what it is. Salakia, Nashak.
Yes, sir. Come, sir.
Nishad. Hey, take over for a second. I got Cap calling me. All right. All right.
Come, sir. Sorry, Christ. Canuck, you good to go?
Gone, sir. I'm good to go. The water. I was just trying to see, like, make it. I understand why, you know what I'm saying. We do it to Commander Junior Hunter because he is like a father figure to me. He is like he, you know.
God, yeah,
So,
that's exactly what Officer Kazak is saying. You know what I mean? Commanding General Yohana, you know, she came to the school and she was raised up again under Commanding General Yohana, who's our father, right? Who teaches these law, statutes, and commandments, who held it down. And, you know, the Lord gave him the helm. He's at the helm, just like Moses was. So what Commanding General Yohana, he gotta get it on the fly. You know what I mean? That's why Moses gave that, permission for divorce. You know what I'm saying? So we under Commanding General Yohana, he taught us again, like that scripture Officer Kazak always bring out, for the time when we ought to be teachers, we need to be taught again. So that 40-year-old woman, he taught her again. He became a father to her. You understand? So now she's worth something. You understand?
Come on, what kind, sir? The water.
Now, no sweat. Now she's worth something. So in our tradition, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna pay for what she's worth. Okay? We raised up a honorable daughter now. You know what I mean? She's gonna be a helpmeet, like Officer Kazak said to you now. You don't get nothing for free in this world. You understand? So we pay Commanding General Yohana for his work, his diligency under the Most High in Christ. Okay, for giving you something that's worth. She ain't worth nothing no more. Now she's worth something. So you're gonna pay for what she's worth. You understand? We took time, effort, and you know what I mean? Sometimes monetary, everything it took to raise her up to be who she is today. We made her worth something. So you need to acknowledge that. Okay? And man up and pay for what she's worth. And she's gonna live up to that. You understand? She's gonna live up to it. You know what I mean? So that's that.
Kind of, Most High in Christ.
Most High in Christ. All right. Well, we got anything else? Any other questions?
Con.
Who's that? Jaheen?
Con.
Hey, shalom. How about Shem Yahshua?
Yahweh Yasha Brakatah.
Most High in Christ. I didn't think I was gonna see you tonight, were you? What's going on? What you got?
I need a breakdown on Revelations 8 and 10.
Ooh-wee. We're going straight to it. Okay. Revelation 8 and 10. You need a breakdown?
Con.
Okay.
Salakia. 10 and 11. Salakia.
Hold on 1 second. Go ahead.
You good on the AC?
Yeah, I'm good. Wow. Okay. So say that again.
I need a breakdown on 10 and 11, but mostly on verse 11.
Okay. Okay, so what are you getting jammed up on?
I just need I don't get the whole 2 verses.
Okay, but you get everything before those 2 verses?
Con. And And in verse 11, where it's talking about wormwood, that part right there, it jams me up.
Okay. Start at verse 1.
Come. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 8, verse 1. And when he had opened the seventh seal, there was silence in heaven about the space of half an hour. Verse 2. And I saw the 7 angels which stood before God, and to them were given 7 trumpets. Verse 3. And another angel came and stood at the altar, having a golden censer, and there was given unto him much incense, that he should offer it with the prayers of all saints upon the golden altar which was before the throne. And the smoke of the incense, which came with the prayers of the saints, ascended up before God out of the angel's hand. And the angel took the censer and filled it with fire on the and filled it with fire of the altar, and cast it into the earth. And there were voices, and thunderings, and lightnings, and an earthquake. And the 7th angel, which had the 7 trumpets, prepared themselves to sound. The first angel sounded, and there followed hail and fire mingled with blood, and they were cast upon the earth. And the third part of trees were burnt up, and all green grass was burnt up. And the second angel sounded, and as it were a great mountain burning with fire was cast into the sea, and the third part of the sea became blood. Verse 9. And the third part of the creatures which were in the sea and had life died, and the third part of the ships were destroyed. And the third angel sounded, and there fell a great star from heaven, burning as it were a lamp, and it fell upon the third part of the rivers, and upon the fountains of waters. Verse 11. And the name of the star is called wormwood, and the third part of the waters became wormwood, and many men died of the waters because they were made bitter.
Keep reading.
Verse 12. And the fourth angel sounded, and the third part of the sun was smitten, and the third part of the moon, and the third part of the stars, as the third part of them was darkened, and the day shone not for a third part of it, and the night likewise. Verse 13. And I beheld and heard an angel flying through the
Come, sir.
Yeah, I wanted to know where we was at and what was the question.
I need
If I may, young man Jaheen, he just wanted a general breakdown of the book of Revelations, chapter 8, verse 10 and 11. So I had him read. He basically
What verse he on now?
He's on verse 13, sir.
All right, where did he start at?
Verse 1, sir.
All right. So you want 10 and 11. Basically, what's going on is the angel sounding the trumps, and then they point. I don't know if it's pouring out vials or it's releasing certain things every time, right? So when you go to verse 7 and say the first angel sounded, and there followed hail and fire mingled with blood. They were cast upon the earth, and the third part of the trees were burnt up, and all the green grass was burnt up. Now, to think about it, when you get into Revelation, you got to realize that this is a vision, right? Some things are actual and literal, and some things are not. Now, what the breakdown sometimes is twofold, but sometimes it's not. Like it never really is talking about a real dragon. It never is. Even when General Yohana broke down this thing about the locusts devouring and different things like that, and the scorpions, these wasn't really like what you would know to be as that. So you got to look at everything as it's symbolic of something else, right? In this part, I don't remember if the trees was people or not, but I believe they are. And the hail and the fire was mingled with blood, is raining down fire, basically, right? And the second one, angel sounded as if it was a great mountain burning with fire was cast into the sea, and the third part of the sea became blood. So this talking about everything in the sea. Well, not everything, but the majority. It says the third part of the sea became blood, meaning like it was all dead. And the third angel, there fell a great star from heaven, burning as if it were a lamp, and it fell upon the third part of the rivers and upon the fountains of water. And the name of the star was called Wormwood, and the third part of the waters became wormwood, and many men died in the waters because they were made bitter. Nishak or Thamayam or Itizab, if y'all remember this, my remembering of this breakdown was that star was like Christianity or Caesar Borgia or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. And this star was falling, or it could have been like America or something like that. I can't remember which one it was. Do y'all remember? Any of the brothers remember what that was?
So like this, if I may, I think if I'm mistaken, I think it's an angel, sir, if I may, that was casting down something on the water to make it taste bitter like wormwood. Wormwood is basically a woody shrub, sir, that tastes real bitter. You know, that's why it was called wormwood. It's a bitter plant that tastes horrible and bitter, sir.
The star that fell. The star that first, what was it? Verse 10. It says, and the third angel sounded, and there fell a great star from heaven, right? Burning as if it were a lamp, and it fell upon the third part of the rivers and the fountains of water. Was that star America, or was that star Christianity? It's one of the two.
Salaki, sir.
Oh, we don't remember. If nobody remembers it, I think. Hold on one second. I didn't tell that to play. I was wondering what that was. If nobody remembers, I'll ask the question for brother and get the answer in Thursday's class.
Salaki, sir.
And then bring it back.
Can you hear me, sir?
I don't remember which one it is, but go ahead.
Come. So Salaki, if I may.
Yeah, remember I got a delay.
Notes, the name of the star or the star that fell, I got it, just something that looks good to us. And but the wormwood.
Yeah, I think it was Christianity. I believe it was.
Khan. So the wormwood is the actual, in my notes it's saying it's the religion or whatever. The wormwood is the religion, and the star is
see. The star is what? You said the star is something that looks great.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I remember General breaking this down, but I don't remember the entire breakdown. But I do remember him saying that star, it was in heaven, meaning like all the people at the top, they worship this star. This star was like on top. It's like Caesar Borgia. It's like dressing up in a suit. It's like Joel Osteen. It's like T.D. Jakes. It's something that's major. And once this trumpet is sound, this star falls from heaven. It no longer gets the same kind of credit it used to get, and it becomes like a bitter taste in the mouth because of what's going on all around. It's blood in the water, it's blood and fire coming out the air. This star no longer has its place in heaven because the reality and the truth is coming out. I remember that, but I don't know how far you wanted it broke down, Jaheim. Did you just want to know what the wormwood was? The wormwood is what he's talking about. It's got like a bitter taste, and it's like a bitter taste in the mouth of these people that was following this star, because this star is no longer prevalent. Once the true star, right? Once these wars pop off, once it ain't no food, once the famine and all of this stuff goes down, Christianity as you know it will not be the star that's in heaven, right? The truth will be the most prevalent thing in the earth because it's the only thing that's going to free you from everything that's going on around you. It's the only thing that God is going to recognize in order to protect you. So in Revelations, when it's talking about stars falling out the sky and the sun smitten and all of these different things, they all represent something else, not what it says in the Bible. To remember all of them, I lost my notes in the shock, so I might have to get down with you and get them all and just start. I've been asking these questions over to get them, but they don't come up that often. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, that's why I say when y'all brothers who be reading actually come with these questions, it make me have to go back to my captain, to my generals, and ask these questions. But I ain't heard this breakdown in at least 7 years. I'm gonna be honest with you. But I do remember seeing it again, and General Mayotte breaking down that star falling was I want to say it was Christianity. I really do. And the wormwood is what Thamayon was saying. It just left a bitter taste in their mouth. It was no longer prevalent in the way that it was. You know how it's sweet now. Oh, sweet Jesus. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be like that once everything start popping off and they ain't got no answers. This is what I will do. I'll ask this question in Thursday night's class, and I'll try to have the answer for you Monday, a complete breakdown. Or if you see it in the class on Thursday when I ask it, then you'll have the answer, and then we can just briefly just make sure you got it. All right?
Come.
That's for you, Jaheim.
Come, sir.
All right. I seen something in the chat. The sister was saying, so basically, right? I could request a meal for my daughter. Well, here's the problem, right? You belong to Canuck. That's the problem. All right. Canuck, the daughter belongs to Canuck. And at the same time, Canuck would be wise enough to understand that if you're requesting a meal for your daughter, then you're depriving her of a husband.
Yeah.
Or you only going to put her in the hands of a millionaire.
Yeah.
And if you look at these millionaire marriages, which they actually dissect on War as Usual almost every night.
Preach.
When you look at these millionaire marriages, they don't they don't last that long. So I don't know. You and Canuck can come up with that. You know what I'm saying? Ask your Lord what he say about that. But I mean, absolutely. I mean, everybody would say that their daughter is priceless, but it's not really about saying how much she worth. And you want her out of your house at some point. You want her to find a good man that's gonna be able to take care of her. So you ain't got to do it no more. Else you're gonna have a grown ass woman in your house. She ain't got no man. All right, go ahead.
That would be very unbrotherly for me to charge a brother.
Look at the sister. Look, Canuck, hold on. This is why the sisters don't get to pick the dowry. Look at this. You see that?
Yeah, she
You
ain't.
that, Canuck?
I'm reading it, sir.
on the screen. Are you reading?
Yeah, I'm reading it, sir. It's like it, sir. I might have to
All right.
drop out of the stream and come back in.
No, it's Tawab. She's only doing what she's supposed to do. She's a sister. You know what I'm saying? She want her daughter in the house forever. A man
Right.
would like to raise a daughter that is wanted, that every man would desire, and no man can have, except for the man that her father, who loves her more than anything else, chooses. Hopefully y'all understand. I just went back there for a minute. You know what I'm saying?
You could have left that where it was at, sir.
I saw something up here. Oh, y'all was up. Officer, y'all was up. It is my job to answer people's questions. And the sister had a question. You know what I'm saying? You could always tell your real that she's not allowed to come to my class. That's between you and her. But I'm gonna do my job.
Nah, sir. No, I wouldn't dare do that.
Hey, tell my real. You let General Muhammad teach you? No, I teach you. Anyways, Salakia. Maybe I'm a little hardcore. All right, so the brother asked a question, random question. What does a traditional wedding supposed to look like according to our history and our oppressors? What I would say, Officer Yawasop, is call for some counsel. I know your real want that wedding. You know what I'm saying? I know she want that wedding. Just call for some counsel and we'll get it set up with the generals, because every Israelite sister, deep down in her heart, truly her sisters, her friends, her co-workers at all times. They done left the world, you know what I'm saying? But they got a call definitely on Wednesday like, hey, what you cooking for Thanksgiving? Now they know she an Israelite. When you go into the scriptures, as a matter of fact, if you go to the ISUPK Florida and search Our Weddings Biblical, I think that's the name of it. Let me look at it. It's Our Weddings Biblical, right? Matter of fact, I'll drop it in there. I did a whole class on it. And what you found out, I really don't want to tell you, because your rib will not allow you to come back to class. But for in short, what I would say to you is a traditional Israelite wedding is where the two families come together. They have a feast, they have a marriage bed, which is like a tent, or you can say like they get them a room or something like that. They party, they have a feast, the families interact with each other. They come up with these things, the dowry is paid, and then they go into the marriage bed and everybody else leave and go home. All right. And then you present the cloth to the father the next day. Yeah.
Oh no, go ahead. You finish, sir. Sluggy.
Go ahead.
No, you finish, sir. Sluggy. I ain't been interrupted, sir. Sluggy.
Yeah, nah. So you can find that in Genesis. I think it's like when a couple of brothers, but all of those weddings are there. You also got one in Baruch. I believe it's Baruch, but he was marrying a woman who killed every man that tried to marry her or that married her or whatever the case may be. So that one's a little strange. You'll see them in the New Testament where Christ is talking about it, where he turned water into wine. But prior to it, in the Tanakh, in the Old Testament, you don't really see weddings like that. You see a man going and getting his wife, paying the dowry. And if there was a wedding, it kind of went like I just said. The families would come together, they would have a feast, and they would have the marriage tent somewhere far off, and they would go into the marriage tent once the feast and everything was over at the end of the night, and they would get married. The marriage took place in the tent. The marriage didn't take place at the feast, if y'all understand what I'm saying. Hopefully I answered that question. Anybody else got any questions, or anybody got any questions on that?
Slacky, sir.
Go ahead,
You talking about them blood sheets, the tokens of virginity.
Yeah, the tokens of virginity were part of it. You would go in at the end of the night and you would bring that. It's like after the joint was over, the marriage was there. That was the basically like, you know what I'm saying? That was the ring on the finger. That was the oath that you would took, is the blood sheets or whatever. Now, you know what I'm saying? Now somebody else done already did all that when she was about 13, 14 years old, and you really, you know, having to remarry her after she's reborn, after she's born again. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a little bit different in our culture. Women are not saving themselves for the man that they want to be with for the rest of their life. By the time you get her, she's already experienced all types of men, and she's choosing you or not choosing you. So it's a bit different. But as far as Israelite culture, that's how, and this will be something that will be planned. It's not really different from a marriage in America where the father will be given, but this marriage in America is ceremonial, right? The marriage in America is ceremonial. It's like being dipped in water. When you're being dipped in water, it's symbolic of a washing that's supposed to happen within you, right? That's what this wedding is. But you can do it and not really be married. You not really have an oath. People stand up there and lie in front of God all the time. They say for better, for worse. They have these vows for better, for worse. And when it get worse, in sickness and in health. And when somebody gets sick, they gone. You know what I'm saying? For richer or for poor. And when somebody, what's the word? The brown word? When the Kawamium lose their job and they get poor, you know, I say richer or for poor, they gone. You know what I'm saying? As long as you both shall live, it be as long as he don't get another rib. That's what they really be saying. So, I mean, you know, they be the ceremony that they have now came from the Israelite ceremony, but you won't find those things in the Bible. I mean, you'll find a couple in the New Testament, but that's after Greek and Roman influence, right? But what you will find is the feast and the tent and the bloody sheets and the dowry. Those four things would complete a marriage in Israelite culture. But I put the link in the chat. Anybody want to go and watch it? It's a pretty good class on whether marriage is biblical, right? And I taught it with like 3 or 4 sisters in the actual class sitting in front of me. So y'all just imagine that when I'm bringing out what I'm bringing out. Salakia. Anybody else got any questions?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
I got the Mardi Gras origins. It says, all right, real quick. It says Mardi Gras origins can be traced back to types of ancient pagan festivals in medieval European traditions of Saturnalia and
I wish I didn't have a delay. I'd be like, read it again.
Yeah, but I will.
Like
types
ancient what?
Ancient pagan
do it how I
festivals
want to do it.
in medieval European traditions.
Right.
Of Saturnalia and Lupercalia. Celebrations held in anticipation of spring.
Oh, now you Now you feel me, Itazar. You get what I was getting at, right? This is what you got to understand about us where we at. Where they said they got a book called Two Babylons, right? They got another book. I can't think of the name of it, but all throughout history, people have likened America to Babylon. All the practices. The first thing I saw telling me that I was an Israelite, it was from this fake. It was this church called GOCC, the Gathering of Christ Church, right? And they had a Wiccan dude on there. They was interviewing a Wiccan dude, and he did in those 2 hours was go through everything that I was taught was Christian, and he would show the alternate form in Wiccan practice. And y'all can look up Wiccan if y'all don't know what that is. But basically, everything that they doing in the church, he would show them doing it, worshiping the devil or pagan gods or so on and so forth. And its origin not coming from something that had anything to do with God at all. That's why Colossians chapter 2 and 8 is so prevalent. Anytime these holidays come around, anytime you got something going on, right? People, even when it comes to marriage, right? We asking these questions because there's something that's going on in the world that's usually pagan or comes from some other culture. And then now we trying to grasp back on the Israelite culture and we holding on. But people want you to go back. So when Paul said, beware lest any man spoil you through the traditions of the world, through philosophy and vain deceit, after rudiments of the world, after the traditions of men and not after Christ, he basically telling you the traditions of men was what the Pharisees was doing. They told Christ, like, they basically pulled him like he a Christian. You going to hell. You ain't wash your hands. Show me in the Bible, book, chapter, verse where you going to hell for not washing your hands. You going to hell. You got more than one wife. Show me in the Bible, book, chapter, verse where you going to hell for having more than one wife. You going to hell for drinking alcohol. Show me in the Bible, book, chapter. See, they'll tell you, it also says in the scriptures, woe to them that call good evil and evil good. It is a righteous thing for a man to say to a woman, I'm not going to touch you unless I'm willing to deal with you for the rest of my life. They think it's righteous to stand up there and lie in front of a church, talking about what you're going to go through with this person. And then when it comes down to actual marriage, getting up out of there. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that.
Salaki.
I'm sure everybody on this call, well, if you a sister, your husband, get on your damn nerve. Well, according to the Bible, you can't leave him. Everybody on this call, your rib get on your nerves sometimes. According to the Bible, you can't leave her. It's just that simple. Go ahead, Itazal.
Salaki. So Mardi Gras is actually French for Fat Tuesday. Some of y'all might have heard of the bar named Fat Tuesday. Fat Tuesday, the origins of Fat Tuesday is to prepare for Lent. To prepare for Lent, Christians prepared pancakes to deplete their stock of eggs, milk, butter, and fat, giving rise to Pancake Day in England. As the tradition spread throughout Europe, it became Mardi Gras in French, where waffles and crepes are prepared as part of a lavish feast. So it really spreads into other.
All of it got something to do with some tradition that they have us out there following. All really dudes and like black people, they going out there to see the titties, and women is going out there to show the titties. That's really the only reason we out there. Black people don't know nothing about the reality of where things came from. They don't pay attention to it. I did this whole breakdown in the car. When Thanksgiving, my mama done went to go pick my sister up from Orlando. and their car broke down. And I called Captain Shavor. I was like, should I go get him? He was like, that was the Lord that their car broke down. Salakia. But that's my captain. But anyways, I went down there to go get him. So I'm like, now y'all in my car. I have my little cousin. She was about 12, 13 at the time. I have her reading the story of how they slaughtered the Native Indians. I can't remember what his name was, the Indian that I had, the particular one, but he's one of the famous ones they read about what happened in Thanksgiving. Thought that it happened.
Slugger Service, if I may.
And that they were celebrating it. And I was young and the truth, you know what I'm saying? And they were, yeah, go ahead.
Is that Indian name Squanto?
Yeah, it was Squanto. So we read the story, right? On the way back, I had them reading the story, and then we get finished with it, and I asked them what they think about it. And everybody, we don't really get into all of that. I just feel feeling their belly is more important than what happened to people that was murdered. They don't really care about the background. When you talk about Fat Tuesday and Lent, they don't even know what Lent is. They don't even know what, you know what I'm saying, the first thing that you was going through, serving pagan gods and all of that. We just go through the motions. Because if I ask somebody to cook a big meal like what they just cooked on last Thursday on any day other than Sunday, any other day of the year, they're going to look at you like you crazy. You going to eat all that on a Thursday? Yes.
All right.
That's what we doing. If y'all want to get together, any day that's not one of Esau's holiday, I will pay for it. I'll pay for everybody to eat. Y'all just come together. You know how many times they took me up on that offer in the shop? How many times you think they took me up on that offer? It was on me, man.
Come. They never took you up on it, sir. They only want to do it on Thanksgiving.
Nope, but they getting together on the 4th.
Come.
They getting together on Memorial Day. They getting together on Thanksgiving. They getting together on New Year's. Every time it's Esau holidays, they program to get together. Here I am sitting over here with an offer on the table that I'll pay for everybody to eat, long as we get together on one of the days that's not a holiday, and it won't happen because it's not the traditions of men. They ain't getting together for the sake of family. They're getting together because they programmed to get together. Right? The wedding is the same way. They're not getting together for the sanctity of marriage and a honorable thing before the Lord of somebody getting together and staying together even when it don't feel right. They're getting together because it looked good to their family. They want the big. You ever seen them bridezillas? Bridezilla, this man is going through it. He is trying to make her feel like a princess for this one day, and she is going to divorce him 2 years later. She giving him all kind of hell. It ain't good enough.
Salaki.
It's crazy. This is the same thing that yeah, go ahead.
If I may, so just to clarify my question, so if you were to go out on Fat Tuesday, so to speak, and not be in the spirit of paganism, would that be wrong? Like you go out and you know, it's a day where everybody out and about.
You remember? I remember when Divine Prospect went to the Slutty Vegan, a restaurant in Atlanta. I don't know if y'all ever heard of it. It's called the Slutty Vegan. It's a very famous restaurant in Atlanta, and they don't serve no meat. I remember when Divine Prospect put on his thing about going to the Slutty Vegan and eating some type of shrimp deal that he got, right? And everybody know it's not real shrimp. And Itazab, officer 50 at that time, Itazab put off the appearance of evil, is what he put under the thing. And I then said to that brother at then, like, ain't nothing wrong with eating food that's lawful just because they call it something else. They got chicken wings, so-called chicken wings, throwed up these, that's made out of cauliflower. If you a vegan, you ain't cheating. It's made out of damn cauliflower. Ain't no damn chicken wing. But the point you was trying to make was being in the spirit. It's absolutely nothing unlawful about going out and having a good time. But if you're going out in the spirit of Thanksgiving, in the spirit of Fat Tuesday, in the spirit of the 4th of July, you know what spirits are out there. Don't be surprised if one of those demons come in contact with you, because you probably shouldn't have been there in the beginning. What you want to do is be separate. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you're asking, is it unlawful? It's not really necessarily unlawful, but I wouldn't go to church, even if I was an Israelite, and saying, I'm not about to jump up and down and worship Jesus and all of this other stuff. I'm not about to be in the full spirit of Christianity, but I'm just going to go to church. It's kind of similar to that. I ain't going to dress up, but it's just like I'm going to the little Halloween party. It's going to be some girls there. It's going to be some drinks. Ain't nothing unlawful about talking to girls. Ain't nothing unlawful about drinks. I'm not going to be in the spirit of Halloween, but everybody else is. Everybody else that's there is. And you're not being holy. So, I would say it's not unlawful. Look, suspect, I would call it suspect. That's the word I'm going to use. It's a little suspect. It's like hanging out with a bunch of punks and not being a punk. It's like hanging out with a pack of dykes and not being a dyke. Can I say that? Can I say dyke?
No.
Salaki.
It's
like that.
It's also a ditch.
Yeah.
But I don't like
Putting the
that.
truth anyway.
Salaki, sir.
Salaki. Anyway, yeah, go ahead.
Like, now I was just saying, like how you said, like when Officer Altazar read the definitions of it, the first definitions of it, it said pagan worship. They just changed it to Fat Tuesdays to make people come again, like to make people still come if they ever, like, you know what I mean, like so-called Christians and stuff would go to Mardi Gras. They just lighten the word of it, change it around to
It's
take
really
the
Mardi
paganism
Gras,
off.
right?
Right.
It's the same way as now the worship of Nimrod has become the Christmas tree. If you look at the Christmas tree, we see it in Jeremiah chapter 10 before Christ even existed. But then if you look it up now, it'll say that's the triangle for the Christmas tree, and they'll have all these things that make it and attach it to Christ. That's why I brought out Colossians 2 and 8. Once you just do a little quick search, oh, I love my mama, Mother's Day. All right, I love my mama, Mother's Day, all of this. But then when he started bringing up Sybil and the other one, the other Greek goddess, I ain't know nothing about that. Now we know. You understand what I'm saying? Now you know, and knowing is half the battle, and it's war as usual. And with that, I'm gonna pass the class over to the headquarters. I got to get up out of these people joint. All right.
Oh, sir. Men of Israel, we're gonna send up a courtesy salute to the teacher.
You got it.
Come on, sir. Men of Israel, we're gonna send up a courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Amajim, Amajim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak.
Y'all Bashem, y'all Shabbat. Come on.
Yahweh Men of Israel, we're going to send up a courtesy salute to the sisters in the class. Men of Israel, Majid Shabbat, Majid, Barak,
Yahweh Shemar Taba Simiyah Shah.
Sure. Y'all should.
Yahweh. Okay. All right, we're the ISUPK, Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We're under commanding General Yohana, not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite groups. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to learn and shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, they are to seek counsel from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment. You can find that in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21. Also in the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Ma'asher means tenth in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatever amount you would like to give. Upcoming Holy Convocation, we have the Feast of Purim, Salakia. The Feast of Dedication, Hakanaka. 25 days, Salakia. 25th day of the 9th month by the span of 8 days. Tuesday, 7th of December, 2023 for 8 days. You can read about that in the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 4, verse 52 through 61. If anyone wants to become a trooper in the school, they're to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf while in class or at camp. Okay? And with that, class dismissed.
Kwam Yashab.
From your show. Hey, Salakia, y'all need to go ahead and check out the I think the general he's still live doing the scripture break.